Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a translator? Today, I'm talking with Mariana Seiro, the founder and CEO of MS Translations. In her words, I'm an English to Spanish marketing translator. I help growing brands expand to Spanish speaking markets with results oriented translation and copywriting services. Welcome, Mariana. Tell us what it's like to be a translator.
Thank you so much for having me. Well, what it takes to be a translator, I would say a lot of things, mainly curiosity. And in my case, I'm a creative translator. So it takes a lot of thinking sometimes, how to put a text into another perspective, another context, another culture, and make it work for that culture. Because, for instance, in the US, you talk about baseball and people will be captivated. But if I talk about baseball in Argentina, for instance, people are like, I don't know anything about this. So I have to start talking about soccer instead. So I think that's very interesting, and that's a favorite part of my job.
Yeah. And I can say from experience, because I'm a world traveler and I lived in Hong Kong for a while, and that translation skill is so needed because I saw so many products that they had tried to translate to English and the words just aren't right. So the job that you do is so important for the companies who want to be in different countries and they don't have that person that speaks that language. I mean, the translation can be so different. So I'm glad I've met you now because I know it's so needed, especially for like the companies that are marketing.
Yeah, and for websites and, client-facing communications. Because right now, with all the tools out there, people are like, oh, it's okay, I can have it translated in a second. But sometimes that doesn't work well.
Yeah.
It is not that.
Okay, so here's a quick question for you. Now, it's not an elevator pitch, but let's just say you've handed your business card to someone and they look at you and say, tell me 3 words about you, 3 words you would use to describe yourself so that when I pick up your business card again, that's going to be the first thing I think of. Okay. So what are those 3 words for you?
I'd say strategic, because I'm always thinking about the way in which people are going to receive the message. Perceptive, because I have to live between 2 cultures and see how people react to things. Reliable. I'm super strict with myself.
What skill do people underestimate about you the most?
Personally, my money skills. Like whenever I talk to people and I say I'm a translator, they think I'm broke.
Yeah.
Most translators don't really charge that much, or they haven't been able to build a client base. But actually, I have, and it's been amazing. This work has allowed me to travel the world and see so many different things, and do what I love every day, hire people. I think my visit or money skills are usually underrated.
What helped you more, learning how to talk, listen, or recover after messing up?
I think learning how to talk, because of my personality growing up, I was so shy. Whenever people would talk to me, I would be like, yes, no, okay. And there was a time in my life in which I realized that wouldn't be enough to connect with people and, be able to get a job or whatever. So I started paying attention and copying people, especially my mom, who's like amazing and she speaks so much. And to be more confident, it's always the best thing you can do when you're learning how to talk, I guess. And with languages, it's the same thing. Like, you can listen to languages all day, but if you don't speak, then you won't develop very good skills.
Next question, we're going to wrap it into the book, the Charms book series that I write. Addie is that little 15-year-old inventor who's trying everything. So one of her big things in book 2 is that she is building an e-bike out of scraps. And so she is trying to make this e-bike work. And it's just, they take it out to the test track and it's just one big failure. And so Aunt Loxley looks at her and says, okay, we're going to make this work. I'm going to fund this. You're going to give it another shot. So what is something similar? Like, she learns by trying and failing and trying again. What is a failure that has quietly trained you for success?
I was in an American company working as an in-house translator. Suddenly it closed. Like they said, okay, everyone has to go. And I was pregnant. So that was really hard. So I said, okay, I'm going to start teaching English as a second language. And I set up an academy and everything. It's not what I really wanted to do. So it failed like completely. I didn't have clients. I was wasting a lot of time on marketing activities that weren't paying off. And I started waking up like at 5 a.m. to study and to learn how to get more translation points to what I really wanted to do. And not giving up on what I really wanted was the best decision I could have made, because a year later, I decided to close the academy. And even it's a failure, for me, it also taught me something that you have to follow your heart and do what you really want to do.
What is one small thing a kid could practice this week that would help them later?
I would say computer skills. Everyone now has access to a computer. Please use it wisely, because computers are the future. Technical skills are the future. Even if you're going to be a translator like me, if you don't know how to use cat tools and translate it with translations, you're going to be far behind at one point. Whatever you can learn now, from typing to, I don't know, AI, everything's going to be amazing for you when you grow up.
You want to know something funny about me? When I was in college and computers had basically just come out, there were no personal computers when I was born. I looked at my professor and said, I don't need to know anything about computers. I'm not going to work on a computer. That couldn't be further from the truth. I rely on my laptop like it is my heart or my lungs. Yes, so that is a great piece of advice. You really do. Computing is another language that needs to be learned. So yes, learn those computers. Thank you for being on the show with us, Mariana. Everyone, go check out what she does at her YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel, so go check that out. And on LinkedIn and Instagram, her handle is Translations, and you'll find it down below in the link. And thank you for watching Books That Build Skills. If today's story sparked an idea, or it gave you courage, or helped you see what's possible, then it did its job. And remember, skills aren't born, they are built. One choice, one challenge, one brave step at a time. So hit subscribe, share this with someone who needs it, and keep exploring, building, and reading, and dreaming big. I'm Loxley Brown. This is Books That Build Skills. And you're just getting started.